Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another group stage matchup in this year's edition of the Mario Kart World Cup. I'm joined here today by Sparkster,
Hello?
and we have a very exciting matchup for you guys today against two heavyweight teams. We have the reigning champions England going up against Team Scandinavia, which is full of lots of legendary names, lots of grandmasters, people who've won lot in GSC and Weemfi League over the years. So, yeah, let's jump right in. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you to Astro, our stream host. And yeah, let's go over the lineups already. So, how about you start us off with Team Scandinavia here?
Yeah, so the host team with Team Scandinavia using the lineup of Fox, Barney, Pam, Keon, and Roy bagging, which does seem like to be their main lineup that they've been hoping to use so far. But yeah, obviously the two names that stick out the most is Fox and Barney, who have played together for so many years. On different teams, mostly known for XI winning many D1 GSC banners, and they're just well known also in the TT scene. So definitely going to be the two players to watch out for from Team England's side of view, but also not to mention or not to disregard the other two runners of Pam and Keon
Right,
have been
yes.
playing as well for a very long time as well. So just a very veteran squad here. Who
Oh, yeah,
have that
100%. Yeah,
who
and I
have
mean,
that
you
World Cup
also
experience.
you have Roy as well, who he has been bagging with the MW people on this team, Kion, Barney, and Fox for pretty much a decade now. I mean, all of these guys have been in D1 circles for a decade at this point. As you said, obviously, Fox and Barney have been winning with Lazarus for a long time, but they also were on Metro Wipeout and, VA, Vitality. Loads of different teams that just have won so much over the years. And yeah, they are looking to make a statement in this tournament. They haven't played, as like a region. They've played as like their individual countries in previous tournaments, but this is the first time they were really banded together, and they have a very strong team that they've put up.
Yeah, and it's going to be really important for them to at least potentially get this win, because considering they are 2 wins, 2 losses, this could be a
Oh yeah,
huge win to
no,
just
yeah, this will
make
turn
sure
the
that they
tide.
actually make the playoffs.
100%, yeah. And they're facing a formidable opponent in Team England, who we'll take a look at right here. And these guys are the reigning champions of the tournament. They have Xander, Luke, and Rosen, and looks like it's Zach that they also have, and Seed bagging. So they have a really strong team themselves. They have a great Daisy and Rosen, very fast drivers in Xander and Luke, and somebody in Zach, where you can have someone like the mid pack or the back of the pack, but they're making the most comms out of the whole team, and they're kind of like driving the bus, if that's the case. Him and Xander are kind of driving the bus of this team.
And also not to mention that Seed is also just pretty recently up and coming bagger, been playing with YSL for the
Oh
last
yeah.
few seasons, so he
Hmm.
definitely has that height of experience. It's definitely not going to be a blowout, most likely in the shock battle against Roy here. So, but as long as it is
100%. Yeah.
as long as it is close, obviously, as the defending champions, England will, and also as the first seed team of this tourney, will most likely have the upper hand. But again, Scandinavia could definitely pull an upset here, which could maybe connect to a potential shock battle difference if Roy does get it.
Yeah, I think that Roy is a bagger who he's been in these situations before. He has bagged in big contentious matchups for Metro Wipeout, and he's even ran in matches for either Team Ireland and stuff like that, and bagged for Team Ireland before. So it's nothing that he's never faced. But I do think that Seed is more ready in the sense that Seed has been, bagging for YSL for all of these recent GSC seasons, and I've played with Seed, I've coached Seed in Team Offscript, and I think that he has really raised his ceiling as a player, and his IQ as a player has skyrocketed over the last couple of months. So it'll be a really formidable bagging matchup that we'll see here. And I definitely agree that the standings could be shaken up a lot by this specific matchup, as these are the 2 and 4 seeds. If we could just have the standings on the screen here. Um, and yeah, no, we see France up at the top, who are undefeated, and England, who are also sitting undefeated as well at 1-0, and Canada is the team in between these two, and these guys are really, really strong as well. I mean, obviously.
But going back to, yeah, as the 4th seed team, it is top 4 playoffs, so it is a bit kind of lenient when it
This is
does
true.
come
Yes.
to what teams do make playoffs. But also, if the table is close at the end of all the teams playing their 5 matches, 2 and 3 in the worst case scenario could not make it when it does come to point differential
Yes.
and head
Yes.
to head, as we see on the right.
That is absolutely true. Yeah. 2 and 3 might not be enough to make it, especially if, by some miracle, I really hope this would happen. Latin America improves to 2 and 3, and they're able to get their point differential up against Team Canada and Team England, or even Team Italy. They could win their final 2 matches as well, get a 3-2 record, and advance into the playoffs above Scandinavia if they are to lose this match. So this is really, really important for them to have a strong showing against Team England. And for England, I mean, they only have 1 match down on the board, and they would like to improve their standing as well. So it's important for them to get this win. That way they can start to accumulate some up and maybe catch up to France at the 1st seed.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. If they do get this win, yeah, and then they do beat that other undefeated team of France, it would be a pretty easy kind of road to that
Yeah,
first
no, they
seed,
would
which would help
pretty
them a
much be
lot.
guaranteed in the playoffs at that point. And we did see that matchup was supposed to happen last week on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure, but it ended up getting delayed. And we also have the top 10 Indivs chart. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of my homeboys in top 3. Rosen and Dose are in the top 2. And Barney, Barney has been dominating in these kind of tournaments for a long time now, so that is not surprising at all. Yeah, very evened out list in terms of countries in the top 10 here.
Yeah, there's each team does have kind of said carry, so each team does have
That's true,
obviously
yeah.
their fair share of players that they can rely on. But just for Team England, obviously Rosen currently having the highest average out of any player so far.
One thing I'd like to
So
point out, just from looking at this Indivs chart, is that Team France, who are the number 1 seed right now, have 3 players in the top 3 here in Byron, Istior, and Knight, who are all averaging above 31 points per game. And I think that that's kind of a testament to, the chemistry that those guys specifically have. I mean, Team France has played together in GSC before in previous seasons. I'm pretty sure it was D2 was the highest level that they competed in. But it matters for tournaments like these where, I mean, literally the whole point is playing with your specific country or specific region. So, yeah, no, they are definitely showing themselves off in this tournament, and it'll be exciting to see where they go. I'm pretty sure they haven't played either Scandinavia or England yet, so it'll be exciting how they match up against both of these teams as we look to start here.
Yeah, we do see 10 in room, so most likely, yeah, going to be starting soon. But just one thing that, just to, I guess, add on to that France point is just, again, that GSC season that they played helps so much because they're the only World Cup team to do that, but they've also just played in teams like Hex and KO with the same kind of core players.
By them, yeah. I
Yeah.
really thought that it was like not necessarily creative, but I really respected that team when they came out. I was like, oh yeah, that's nice that they're all playing together, and well, it's paying off in this tournament. Anyways, we have the match starting off here. We're probably going to see some standard picks, the Sherbetland or KCs, and then for the home team, yeah, Dry Ruins. What do you think are going to be the 3 biggest things that Scandinavia need to do? Because they're kind of like the underdog here in order to beat England in this match. Just like
I think for Scandinavia, they really have to get into those top spots early and make sure that at least one person occupies at least 1 dodge. Because again, in the scenario that England do pull shock and they're all in the back and just get like an easy double dodge, then it's going to be pretty hard to counter that. So
yeah. And I definitely think that the bagging battle itself, like Seed versus Roy, is going to play a huge factor in this. We see a lot of carnage already early on, and a break forming in top 3. Looks like a lot of England players already getting up to the front.
Yeah, it was a
we do see Rosen
unfortunate Nana, but this golden 6 is going to be really huge. Most likely just going to be used at the end of the cave here to maybe break up these top 4 even potentially early on from England. My one member dies out.
Yeah, it looks like we have Rosen in the back, and then it looks like 2-3 for Scandinavia right now. Barney just goldened up into first place. Looks like his stream just died, unfortunately, but we do have Luke's POV up right here. A lot of Team Scandinavia members dying.
An early shock. Yeah.
Oh,
and a golden chain.
Wow. Now he has a golden in first place. I mean, well, crap. What can you really do about this if you're Team Scandinavia, you know? I mean, he's going to opt to use it as his teammate was streaming right up behind him, but a early statement, an early, emphatic statement by England using that shock.
Yeah, and especially that, Seed was gone 10 there, and Rosen also dodging. So this is going to be gone 1 for Luke. Pack's still relatively close, though. So Scandinavia do have to change for blue here if they do want to potentially get Luke out of here, or they just play for 2-3-4 at the best case scenario for them.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, respect to England, I guess, for kind of throwing a haymaker punch early on and showing that they mean business against Team Scandinavia. That is a shock that shows that you think you're going to win this match. We do see this POW, though. This could be detrimental, as this does reset the item, so blue is very pullable, and I don't know, blue shock, that's kind of the last thing that could kill Luke here, but it's like top 2 right now for Team England.
Yeah, Rosen's holding it down so far. Do lose Scandinavia in 3-4 still. But yeah, again, Seed was gone 10. We could maybe see a late England shock potentially, but not looking like it.
Top 2, well, 3-4-5 still for Scandinavia, so they're able to salvage it after that shock. But yeah, no, top 2, and honestly, that was the correct play to use that in that specific situation. The 2 people that dodged, they ended up getting top 2. I don't necessarily disagree with Team England's decision there, and I think that they are clearly sending a message to Scandinavia early on.
Yeah, they're definitely telling them, like, you know, kind of watch out, like, we're going to be playing aggressive this war, so the only way kind of you're going to counter us if you try to be more aggressive than us. So
yeah, exactly.
Scandinavia does pick that up.
And we see Xander and Zach also getting the 6th and 8th place positions. You know, I'd imagine that that probably was one of their shot calls, if I'm going to be honest. Those guys typically, like Xander in, you know, when he plays with the XI people, and Zach when he plays with the 2S people, they typically take on like the IGL position in those teams. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was their shock and their quick decision making that resulted in them winning that race, even though they ended up getting losing music.
Yeah, they did, definitely a perfect example of taking one for the team there. But yeah, as you said, yeah, they've always been the IGLs for their respective teams here, so won't be shocked if they're doing most of the comms and Luke and Rosen just focusing on mostly kind of the driving mechanics.
Warriors Goldmine, a pretty conventional pick here for top 2 6-8 positions. We'll probably see the guy in 8th place on Team England take the box up at the zipper section, trying to get in 9th place to get a bill. Luke has solid driving so far in 1st place. If he is able to hold on to this lead early on, maybe back some bananas, then this will be detrimental for Team Scandinavia trying to catch up.
But so far, 2 of Scandinavia behind as well, but 1 is bumped out, and there is an early bill from Keon, actually. So into 1 for Team Scandinavia.
Yep, and
but a good Nana.
Luke is able to get him with the Nana, and I'm pretty sure, I do not think that he is off the track. However, that is going to send him all the way into the back positions, and Luke regains his lead immediately. And now he's breaking away from Barney a little bit to where this triple res that he has is not going to be super effective unless he throws it right here. So he'll attempt it right now, and it does not look like it's going to connect. And Luke has to be smart with these items that he has in 1st place here. He currently has just a fib, but Barney has a red right behind him, so he could die.
And there's 2 nanas there. They have to make sure to remember to calm that for the next lap because those nanas could matter potentially. Lap
The
3,
blue
but there is the
coming out.
blue. Yeah,
And
so-
I'm pretty sure that there are a couple of Team England members back there looking at, Rosen in 6th place right now. It appears as though he's stopped to 8th. So, considering that he just stopped to 8th, it would not surprise me if Team England actually have the shock right now. And so you have to imagine that Team Scandinavia has to be playing around that.
yeah, Barney should be expecting a TS here potentially, especially that England. Yeah, they're 2-3 right now behind Barney here. So we could potentially see that TS shock here.
Yeah.
Most likely, but no, does not come out.
Looks like nothing's happening. Maybe something late here. I'm not sure. And no, it looks like just a POW instead. So this POW is going to, I think that actually changed the positions. Yeah. So Luke is going to be in first place after that POW. Oh, but he's on the boost panel.
But there's a blue.
Oh, wow. What a sneaky play by Team Scandinavia there. Oh, that is great. And that's going to send Luke all the way down to 5th. My goodness.
But yeah, that was a good play by Barney to stop before that final boost panel in the tunnel there.
Yeah, and he went on the left path in order to change his position into 2nd place. That way the blue would lock on to Luke. And yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that Team Scandinavia were actually able to get a very good race out of that. So, wow, that was just some... I mean, hey, that guy's been playing in D1 since I was in, like, the 4th grade, man. So, yeah, very well-deserved first place for Barney right there.
And bouncing back right there with that top 2. It is bottom 2, unfortunately, but gonna be all tied up or even just down 2 points. But even, again, if it was shockless, definitely the race that they need.
Yeah, and I think that also, still was a Team England shock. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, honestly. I'm just going to be honest with you guys, the viewers. It's hard to tell because, we aren't listening in on these guys' comms, what the shock is. We have to look at the minimap while we're also talking. But I think that that was one of those instances where that was an England shock, but Team Scandinavia were able to play around it better and recover well. So we see that RBC is going to be the pick from the Team England players, and BC3 from the Team Scandinavia players. Pretty standard picks for these positions.
Yeah, two pretty heavy, or no, kind of two completely opposite tracks. One is so broken for running, being RBC, and one is potentially the biggest swing track in the entire game. And we're going to be getting that swing track. Yeah, but they're both owned by the
same property manager, so...
True.
Yeah, BC3 ends up being the real estate that we're driving on today, though. With the huge cut, as you were talking about. That is going to be a huge point of contention for these two teams, considering that they're both from the same region, So the lag on the cut is actually going to be not that bad. And so both teams will have to play around that.
And England do have that Daisy player of Rosen, which could help with that ultra percentage making. But for now, Barney keeping 1, and he's going to go for this ultra in first here.
He's able to execute it. Very good by Barney. Just a clean ultra right there, and a clean cut by Rosen and Claw as well. So a lot of players taking the shortcut, actually. I'm pretty sure top 5 all taking it, but Barney is just getting owned by these bananas right here.
Oh, and this bomb's going to be perfect here, most likely. Baxibit does not... Oh, yeah.
That is a detrimental miss, but Zach does get TC'd, so it actually does not end up mattering that much.
But yeah, early bottom 3 so far is just Rosen in second right now. We will see if Rosen does take ultra on the mini-map.
Yep.
But I think if you're Scandinavia, you just have to focus on blocking the normal shroom cut as much as possible, considering England do have all the shrooms most likely.
And Barney is going to try to take the ultra with the TC, but he fails. Oh, that is heartbreaking for him right there. And that's going to send him all the way down to gone 8th. Meanwhile, Luke was basically forced to go around, considering he was in a Mega. Very difficult to do that shortcut in the Mega, and he does get the TC as well. So these are going to be the worst freaking POVs ever for the next 2 laps.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have zero. We'll have zero clue what happens in the front, but Scandinavia in bottom 2 right now. Rosen is still second. Bottom 3 actually now.
Team England. We do know that Team England is dominating up in the front, and Luke has a star in 5th, so they are in control of this race despite the limited POVs that we're able to see here. Oh, that back run is crucial though.
Star does come out, and Mega as well
Shock?
from Scandinavia.
It would not shock me to see a shock.
Looks like
Frozen
there
going
will not
for-
be. And
Frozen makes
he's
on the
able to
other
make a
POV.
shortcut cleanly. He's goldening. Both of our POVs are goldening up against each other right now. Has to evade his teammates' green shells. Very good. Oh, but he does get bombed, and I think that's going to... Oh, never mind, actually. That's quite a number of Team England members that I'm seeing in the mid and backpack. So maybe I think that Team Scandinavia were able to recover and get a good race, actually, out of that. So, wow. It looked like Team England was in control there, you know, especially when it seemed as though they were in top 3 and Luke at the star in 5th, but I'm pretty sure that that is actually a winning race for Scandinavia.
I do think Clock kept one that entire race. I do
Okay, yeah, that
believe.
makes sense. Yeah, right, and then it must have been them in 2, 3, 4 then.
Yeah.
But then...
No, he loses
Okay,
first to
this is
Xander, actually.
5? Huh. Well, you know, obviously none of us got to see what was really going on up in the top
Yeah.
spots, but that is an interesting race. Pretty even matchup. 2, 3, 5. I mean, you'll accept it if you're Team Scandinavia, I guess. But yeah, only a 1-point deficit still.
But obviously, as that track, very hectic. But every lap, the spots were completely opposite. England
no, it
early
was
bottom 3,
impossible to
lap
tell.
1. And then Scandinavia were bottom 3 just a lap later. And then the
Yeah.
spots are finally mixed up at the end of lap 3. So literally anything can happen on that track. But we're going to be
So,
seeing
Two
KC
neighboring
and
tracks
Maple.
getting picked here, Cooper Cape and Maple
Yeah.
Treeway, both in the Star Cup. And yeah, both these tracks, again, you know, I'm actually shocked that they're not saving Maple Treeway for like a 1-3, you know, startup, honestly. But they should be able to make it work with the positions that they have. You know, 1, 5, and 7. Pretty sure 5th should hop in the cut here. First, we'll just try to keep their line in first place and drive very fast. So let's see this cut attempt from Barney. Oh,
Barney is not.
it
No
is
one
not,
hops
is
in.
not
actually.
the hopper.
It looks like it's Rosen hopping in, and I'm not sure who the Team Scandinavia member that tried to counter him was.
I think it was Fox.
Yeah, okay. So, 2 bottom pack members hopping in there. And we do see that Barney does get the star in 7th. That is so big, that star in 7th right there. He's able to, you know, item smuggle this up into like 4th or 3rd place, then Team Scandinavia is going to be in control of this race early on.
Yeah, they do have to kind of hope that he does get this start up, because yeah, England is so far top 2, 4, 5. Actually, it is just Keon in the top spot here. But bagging battle is so far stagnant right now, both baggers sitting. But if you're Team England, you just have to tell C to keep it shockless for as long as possible. And England is actually top
That's
4
kind of odd
entering the
from
cannon.
Barney. I don't know if I would have done that, but he does have the triple shrooms chain. Oh, that bomb was so damn close to hitting him. Oh, but he is going to have to shroom once right here to avoid the POW. But ultimately ends up not being so bad. He does shroom away from both of his GSC teammates in Zach and Xander. And now he is in 2nd place behind the very fast driver Luke.
Yeah,
has
but
no
very
item.
good
Oh.
T-Pow there, getting Barney. But again, they just have to cycle for that blue.
That's
But
true, yeah. It honestly got the Team England players more
oh,
than
and as I say
Barney.
that, actually,
But yeah, there's the
there
blue
is a
shell.
blue.
And Barney is now going to be in 1st place. And he has the shroom, so now he is protected from blue shells himself. And yeah, this is looking grim for Team Scandinavia, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, because they are England is 2-3-4 right now. So all pressure on Barney here to keep one. Xander is
I
behind
just
him.
saw only one
He's
bagger, if
looking-
I'm not mistaken. So, Chalk is in play right now. Unless, you know, one of them is maybe hiding behind.
Yeah.
But we do see that Luke is in a star in 7th place, has this not very helpful, if I'm going to be honest, single red. And it looks like Barney is probably just going to take home this first. Luke is doing anything that he can to shroom up. The shock does come out, does not look like it's TS and Kion. Luke is going to have to try anything here to get him at the line, secure 4th place, gets the shroom. He gets a 4-win TC.
And it's-
Aw.
Oh, unfortunate. But I think it is still 2-3-5-6.
Yeah, and quite
14.
frankly, that was just a little bit of online inexperience there from Luke, since I don't mean to sound like a know-it-all, but it is actually faster to go the bottom route on lap 3 and not take the boost panel. And I think that Kion knew that, and that ended up getting him that winning music spot in the end. But hey, little things like that matter, especially when you have a 1-point deficit like this. Like the micro decisions and the little tidbits like that, you know, change the positioning between 4th and 5th place. It matters. So 2-3-5 for Team England, and that's a decent race for them, kind of like how BC3 was for Scandinavia, and still really, really, really close.
Yeah, only a 4-point deficit. But so far with
Literally would
England,
have tied them if you got 4th there, but I don't want to harp on it. Anyway.
but yeah, so far with England having or kind of so far winning the shock differential so far, definitely fine for Scandinavia right now, especially that they weren't looking that good of a position. Again, England were top 4 entering the cannon lap 2, but that T-Pow was the perfect T-Pow to get Barney up there.
Yeah. 100%, yeah. And I think that honestly, when you're in this kind of position where it's like only 4 points, the real thing that is going to be the difference maker is like who keeps their composure and who doesn't get tunnel vision, honestly. I think that some players, even at this high of a level, speaking from experience myself, playing in, you know, some D1 GSC seasons before, I had been prone to getting tunnel visioned and prone to losing focus on the things that actually mattered, just because I was so like in the moment. You know, it is the World Cup. This does only come around once every 2 or 3 years or so. So people can definitely feel a little bit anxious, feel a little bit of pressure. But yeah, whoever's going to win this is honestly going to be the team that feels less of that feeling.
But so far, Barney holding down 1 right now, and again, on DK as this double cut is going to be the main swing factor of this track.
Just like on BC3 with the Ultra, yeah.
Exactly,
And
but
we
2 of
do see
England
the-
actually getting
coming up
into
here.
top 2. Rosen taking
Cut to
single.
Barney. And it looks like Luke is able to make it as well as Xander right behind him. And 2-3 for Team England, if I'm not mistaken. So Barney, again, he's having to hold down the fort in first place a lot of these races, honestly. Fox kind of operating more from like a mid-pack angle this matchup, but yeah, no, it's been difficult, but he's been doing a great job at it so far.
Yeah, no, as long as you get the job done, it doesn't really matter kind of how he gets us so far. But again,
Yeah,
it is kind of getting more pressure as England now 2-3-4. So he does need to get that help soonish. Hopefully, Luke making the double cut behind. So in second
That is
still.
a straight red that's heading for him right now, and it looks like it does break on the pink wall, so it's not going to take out his protection. He does attempt the back green. It is no good. We do see a Bill guy right here that is a Scandinavia player, so that is Fox coming up with the help for Barney, the Norwegian duo. Now holding it down on the very snowy track. We do see that Luke is probably going to attempt a snipe here. And he gets him! Wow, that's amazing! Oh, wow, that's a fantastic snipe from Luke. And that's going to completely change the dynamics of the race. I think he's able to bump Claw on the double as well.
Yeah.
Wow, that was incredible by Luke right there.
Well, Claude does survive, but that is so clutch. That could have been like top 2, 4, maybe even top 3, as Luke was. Because Luke was just squished by 3 Scandinavia players, but
wow, he handled that 1v2 just brilliantly right there.
Yeah.
That was excellently played by Luke. And I do think, though, that ultimately it is still a 1-3-4 for Team Scandinavia. So the streets will not forget this highlight from Luke. However, it is still, honestly, one of the biggest races we've seen so far for either team. 1-3-5. Okay. So 1-3-5-7, complete odd spots for Team Scandinavia, but still, that is a very strong race, and Team Scandinavia are actually going to take the lead after that race. And yeah, Barney and Claw are the leading scorers for Team Scandinavia right now. Luke and Xander the leading scorers for Team England. And this match is heating up, folks. We have seen I think this is our 3rd lead change, and yeah, things are getting intense already on race 6.
if you are Team England there in that situation, you're definitely happy with how that race went, considering that, again, if Scandinavia did get top 2-4, we say, and they do chain their TF track pick, for example, it could, in a world, completely spiral out of control against Team England. So they're definitely kind of accepting with how that race went. And only a 5-point deficit, as you said.
Heading into race 6 here on Dry Ruins, yes. And that deficit, of 5 points is still, it's still very small. We've seen, 4-point deficits, 2-point deficits so far in this match. But I really think that DDR is the kind of track where we can see, frankly, either one of these teams get a very good race, honestly. There's the Ultra Cut, and honestly, if you're able to take the Ultra Cut super duper early, then it's wraps for the other team, a lot of the time at least.
Yeah, lap 1 into lap 2 golden cut in like a mid spot. If ran blueless, yeah, it's just an easy first place, unless something completely insane happens. But again, Barney holding down the fort right now in 1 with England in 2, 3, 4. And again, these triple streams in 4, as stated, could be really good to take the Ultra. And actually Rosen taking cut as well.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Rosen actually failed the cut. Wow.
Yeah.
So, honestly, pretty horrible cuts by the Team England players. And we're going to see Barney in first place now, actually. That is one of the biggest mistakes they've made in this match so far. I feel like neither of these teams have made, like, very point-outable mistakes, like failing cuts or stuff like that. But that is detrimental right there for Team England. And that's another reason why teams can, get big races, is that these are some of the most difficult cuts in the game. The 3-stream Ultra and cleanly executing the Golden Ultra too. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. That green is horrible for Luke, and he's able to hit the cactus as well. Where is he going? Ah, that is terrible. That's sending him all the way down into a mid spot. People behind him are taking the shortcut. Now he's in 7th. He does have the star though.
Pretty mixed up spots though so far. I do believe Barney actually still holding down 1, and is a Scandinavia shock.
That Scandinavia shock is going to change up the entire dynamics of the race. I'm pretty sure Kion was the only dodger. They got them in a very unexpected position. Barney is still holding down first, as he has been for pretty much the entire race now. And it looks like this is going to be a pretty strong showing for Team Scandinavia again after last race. Oh, that last second blue though.
Oh, he's actually glued on the line, unfortunately.
Yeah, that actually changes some things, I think, for Team Scandinavia. However, I'm pretty sure it was still a quite strong race for them, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe Fox did get second. It's at least top 2. I think Claw was in the back, though, as we did see on the zippers of Wall Glitch. So potentially top 2, bottom 2. But again, Barney, he's been in first for 2 whole races now. Literally nothing has changed. And yeah, top 2, bottom 2.
Extremely strong showing by him this match so far already. No other player has broken the 50-point barrier. Meanwhile, he's already on 76. Actually, Luke has 51, but still a 25-point lead over the next player. So, Barney is kind of the whole driving force behind why Team Scandinavia has this lead right now. But if they want to hold on to it, then they're going to need a little bit more help in the top spots. The top 2 is certainly great, but they could use some top 3s and top 4s if they want to kind of stop sweating a little bit.
They are going to be chaining, does seem like Moonview, I do believe, which could work out as again, they are top 2, bottom 2.
Barney's like, I'm on the most points, I want BCWE. But we do see Moonview is getting played right now, and this is a pretty standard pick for top 2, bottom 2. I'm not gonna lie. We often see that the bottom 2 players typically sit for the boxes, try and get a dodge. Meanwhile, the top 2 players will back the bomb cars with green shells as much as they can, and try and trap around the turns and stuff like that for the mid-pack players. So we'll see how cleanly Barney's able to execute that in these first couple of turns, as he gets a kind of unhelpful banana.
So far, keeping it in 1 right now. England in 2-3 with Xander and Luke, and Fox contesting Luke actually behind and Rosen shooting up. So early, again, 2-3-4 for Team England, and Barney holding down one, kind of the same pattern that we've been seeing.
Oh, but he misses with the backspam,
for a
and is the
couple
spread
of
going to
races.
connect? It does, and that is detrimental if you're Scandinavia, because now that is Team England in top 3, and your leading scorer has a fib in 6th place right now.
Yeah, so for not what you should be kind of hoping for right now. And on that other POV,
is not doing them any favors either. This shock as well. That looks like it was Scandinavia shock, actually.
Yeah.
So
And Keon dodged in
RSL.
and Keon dodged in a star in like 3rd, so he is the funky gone 1 right now as well.
Wow, and Barney is holding on to Pow in 4th place as well. So they pretty much just have Rosen right where they want him. They're going to be able to T-Pow him pretty much. Yep, this is a great turn to try and get him. They end up missing, not really getting him too badly. There is a blue shell, though, that could prove to falter Scandinavia a little bit.
But yeah, top 2 now for Team England. A bomb for Luke could maybe make some type of bomb play onto the mid-pack spots. But this Mega 5
for Barney.
Oh!
And that bomb is also huge
unfortunate
for Luke,
lag
honestly.
bomb.
Yeah. But
And the
still,
car hits. Wow.
1-3 for Team Scandinavia. Barney has this Mega in 2nd place. Maybe if there is a second shock or something like that, we could see a top 2 here. Oh my goodness!
Back green.
Wow! That was a fantastic back green by Fox at the end there to secure the top 2 for his team. Oh my goodness, that was such a great play. And you know, that is just a testament to how long they've been playing against each other, honestly. I mean, Fox just knew that he was going to take that line. Just like instinctively, it's been coded into his brain. And
Yeah, no,
he was able to back it perfectly, line it up, smoke him, and they got top 2 out of it. That was fantastic.
But yeah, what's so funny with kind of players like this, because these are XI players who've played with each other for so long. Now they're playing against each other. It's just so funny that the players just know instinctively where the other players are.
No,
It's like playing your friends one-on-one in basketball for so long. Like, you're gonna know each play.
Literally, yeah.
Sometime.
Like you don't even know that you've studied their body language, but like you have, and it's completely the same thing here, where it's like, you know, there's certain ways that players move, right? Like you'll know, like you'll watch somebody's POV and you'll see a funky in the distance. And you'll be like, oh, that's probably Barry, you know, jumping around on the screen or something like that, or Slick or something like that. That's just an example, but like they have studied the way that their Funky Kongs move on the map, to where like he just knew that he was going to take that exact line, 100%. And I'm yapping so much because it seems as though the room is stuck. Rosen is still appearing on the screen for a lot of the players, so we'll probably see a DC here and take an intermission, if I'm not going to lie. And yep, looks like Barney has just disconnected on the other POV.
And the race does go through.
Yeah, 1-5-6, but I'm pretty sure that these are inaccurate. We do see Barney is down there. Yeah. They got top 2 though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, top 2, 6-7 for Team Scandinavia, that race. But we will take a brief intermission here, but please stay tuned because this is a fantastic matchup that we have here, folks. We've seen some great snipes. We've seen some race swings right at the very end. So this is one of the best group stage matches we've had so far. So stick around. And we are live.
Yeah, so that took a while, but
Yeah.
because obviously Weem downtime happens at 2 p.m. EST every day, and unfortunately did kind of overlap that. But we are back, so it is all good. Again, Scandinavia up 15 with 5 to go, so currently in the lead, but still anyone's match to take here.
Oh yeah, 100%. We've seen some back and forth races by both teams, but more recently we've seen Scandinavia kind of take over and be in the driving seat. However, it'll come down to who is more composed over these last couple of races. Especially after a thing like that, where England thought they were gonna have to 4v5, and they were probably a little bit annoyed in the call and stuff like that. Now they'll have to reorganize a little bit, get back into the right mindset, and just try to attack these last 5 races in the right way.
Yeah, especially if it stays close, kind of maybe even going to the last 2 races. Yeah, definitely that composure is definitely going to kick in, because obviously so far the pattern is, yeah, it's been a close war this entire time. Hasn't even gone above 20-point lead for either team. So it's always been within striking distance with just one race. But we're going to see
really
DKM.
Who doesn't get annoyed here, honestly, these last couple of races. And we do see a pretty annoying start for some of these players, as Barney is bumped to the wall and Xander gets hit out by his green shell as well. So it ends up shifting around the top spots a little bit. We do see a mid-spot box for Barney and another mid-spot box for other POV Luke, and they both end up getting single reds.
And so far, early...
I don't agree with that red shell there. I would have waited for this turn right here, honestly, and try and maybe get him in a vulnerable spot. And
some
it's going to cost him so much, actually. Wow. If he was able to get the red shell off on him, then he would be in second place with his teammate, but now he is all the way down in 8th, and Scandinavia are more occupying some of the top spots.
Yeah, Rosen's still keeping going again on a track like DKM is definitely going to help him potentially get a lead here. But England in odd spots, 1-3-5 so far, so definitely... No, never mind. Zach is hit out or something, so now it's just a 1v1 for that top 2 spot between Rosen and Keon here. And it's going to matter on this cut here. Maybe Keon's going to get hit. A red does get thrown.
And it looks like Barney is in 4th place, sitting kind of pretty with this shroom. That blue shell is ginormous, though. That's actually going to get Scandinavia in the top 2 spots. Oh, but that mega is going to change everything. Wow,
and
he gets double comboed.
Pieces. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that looks like that one GIF from back in the day with the Daisy, getting hit by all the items on the DKM bridge. Wow, that was absolute carnage for Barney right there. That was crazy. Wow. It looks like it's actually going to be a lot of back of the pack spots for Scandinavia after that, but Claw is still holding down the fort up in 1st place.
Yeah, honestly, for England, for Luke to just stay in 8 this entire race hasn't been the worst, because again, he's just hogging all the dodges in the scenario Scandinavia does pull a potential late shock here. But actually, Xander in the back as well, so yeah, could be pretty mixed up spots in the front. There's a Funky actually spinning out on the line as well, potentially a blue or a snipe.
Yeah, it looks like it was Claw that was spinning out on the line, if I'm not mistaken. So that actually might have been a pretty big race for Team England in the end. Wow, I mean, the tides of that race were really turned on the bridge lap 2. I mean, I thought that Barney was going to be in a great position with Claw up in top 2 until Zach just came out of nowhere with that mega, and then I think that either one of his teammates accidentally redded him, or just there was a greatly timed red, top 2 right there for Team England. And yeah, it just kind of ruined the whole momentum of the race that Scandinavia was trying to build. So, I mean, yeah, that was well played by England there to mitigate the lead that Scandinavia have built a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely looking good, especially that Rosen got the Nana off on Scandinavia in 2nd place there on the cut as well. So it would have been perfectly fine, but again, yeah, that just mega on his face at the start of the bridge. But again, now England cutting the lead that Scandinavia has built by a tiny bit now, entering GP3. I think with top 2, 6A, I do believe is going to be down 10-ish something like that, 8 or 10, depending.
Really
and they're gonna be
nothing to be afraid of, honestly, if you're Team England, especially after a race like that. You know, it's basically, can you get another race that is entirely similar to those positions, which on Peach Gardens, honestly, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do that. It would have been easier to do that on MKWC, considering that they have Rosen, who is a very, very prolific glitch maker. He is just fantastic at it. But on Peach Gardens, you know, Team Scandinavia kind of have the upper hand, considering that they are occupying a lot of the bottom spots right now. And the score is actually incorrect right now. We're trying to fix it, our stream host team. But we do see that Barney is in 8th place right now. He just pulled a star and he opted to immediately use it, which is not necessarily a bad decision, especially when you get an item like that immediately afterward and you see a Team England behind you, Team England member behind you with a in the cloud, excuse me.
I'm trying to pass the
pass to his teammate though.
Yeah.
And Claw is actually going to be the one that gets TC'd, and that is very, very poor for Scandinavia. I cannot lie, because now it is really just Barney who has been the leading scorer throughout this match so far, trying to get into these top spots here. We do see that Fox is up there, but a lot of Team England members up here early on.
And Keon, no, but it is top 3 actually.
Keon, yeah, actually is up there as well. Excuse me. So top 3 for Team Scandinavia.
And this TC4 is really unfortunate. He has to pass this here, but doesn't get it, unfortunately.
That is a quite crucial wall hit, though, that is going to send him into the you know, back at the pack positions as well, and that's a very smart play. I agree with this completely. Bagging to 8th place if you are Barney here. He was forced to do that, honestly, because of hitting the wall, but yeah, no, it is never great to occupy top 3 at the end of lap 2 on this track.
Yeah, and looking, Rosen doesn't get that Sherman 3, so Scandinavia is still top 2. Unfortunate bomb onto Barney. Shock does come out. Actually, not. I think England shock. I think Xander dodges in the cut there.
Oh,
so,
I do not like that play from Barney right there, trying to slow down and hit Luke. I think that, honestly, he needs to just try and get as much speed as he can, but he is able to get the 7th place box, and it is a single red, which is pretty terrible. It's not going to get him any further up positions, especially when our other POV, Luke, has a golden in 6th place right now. He perfectly chains it into the triple reds, and it looks like it is all England in front of him, but we do see Barney is getting hit down to 8th place, and frankly, not a very great race for Barney, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, the bottom 2, as you said, yeah, and some of the plays, yeah, again, maybe, again, using that star immediately lap 1 could have maybe done something better than that, but yeah, just slagging there is just definitely greedy there. But kind of all up to Fox and Keon there to keep top 2 here.
You know, a bagger like Roy, I know that Roy has been bagging for a long time, and I trust Roy to be like the stronger and, you know, more mentally fortituded bagger in positions like these. You know, when you've had a reset that took like 15 minutes. And so, honestly, if I were Barney, I would trust him, and I would hold on to that star at the beginning, you know, maybe see if you can work something out with that. But I don't necessarily agree with immediately using it. I think that he kind of got greedy, chaining his boxes there, and I think that it's part of the reason why Scandinavia lost that race and now are facing a deficit heading into this race. If not, it's very, very close.
Yeah, no, it's so close. 11 points, but yeah, no, the races but the races are ticking down with only 3 to go. So if Scandinavia do get like a top 3 here, could potentially be extremely difficult for England to come back. They just need one good race, and it is going to be Koopa Cape coming out from Team Scandinavia.
It is, you know, not entirely out of the question for Team England to come back here. So a very intense match here, folks. I would definitely lean into, you know, your monitor screen for these last couple of races because this is going to get pretty hectic here.
And it's going to be really important for the baggers for those star drops at the end.
Great place box with Luke right here, and he gets the star. That was very well executed. We would love to get a star or a golden out of that. Again, a similar play to Barney, opting to use it immediately. On this track, I don't necessarily hate it just because the baggers are sitting at the last set, and it is actually going to get him up into third place. And trying to Red Fox here, is he able to get him? No, he's not. That is crucial that he wasn't able to get him right there.
Yeah, and Zach is like all over the place right now, but actually bumps out Fox in some way, and does get the drop star from Seed.
So yeah, Zach was able to dominate in these first couple of turns here. Kind of did a spin move on Fox or something and got him out of there. Oh, he's back up now though. And it looks like they're still in 2-3.
Yeah.
And on the other POV, we do see that Barney is chaining his star, and there are a number of Team Scandinavia members in the back, actually. So it makes you think about the brains of this race so far and kind of what Team Scandinavia might be cooking up in terms of macro decisions, whether or not they'd want to go for shock, whether or not they want to change for POWs or blues or stuff like that, just because of the nature of them being in the back right now.
Yeah, but so far, again, yeah, these triple shrooms are going to be perfect here. If you're Seed, you just have to focus on keeping a shockless and then just dropping those stars.
100%, yeah.
But again, as we saw, Zach just took cut again in first, so that's two dropped stars.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, never mind. Zach's just off, or I don't even know, but...
And it looks like Luke is in first place now with a fib, and he opts to throw it up at the guy taking cut. It's a miss, but Barney is going to shroom up into first place now. And both of our POVs right now are in the top spots with itemless. Scandinavia is in top 2 though. And remember, there are only 3 races remaining. This blue shell is cool though.
Huge blue.
He's using it immediately. And he gets him with the blue shell. It does lag out a bit, but Team Scandinavia is still going to be in top 2. And it looks as though they are in top 2, 5, 6 right now. So yeah, still bottom 2 for England. This box pull is great for Barney.
There's another late blue, but I don't think it's going to connect. Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I believe that he was just barely able to get his pinky toe over the line. And yeah, still crossing top 2 position.
But I'm not sure what happened to Zach, because on the minimap, it did look like he took the cut, but then he just, I don't know, he just disappeared.
You're talking about at the end of, or on lap 3?
Lap 2.
Yeah. No, that was questionable as well. I was wondering what happened to him when I saw that. But no, I think that was just another one of those races, and we've seen this pattern with Team Scandinavia, honestly, where like they have started off kind of in the back or kind of playing from behind, honestly, in the first lap and a half, and then like they will use a shock, or there will be some kind of blue shell or whatever, and then like they'll just come up and 4 of them will have triple green shells or be in a mega or something and just completely change the dynamic of the race in 10 seconds and then, hold on to their lead from there. So they're kind of like letting England get comfortable at the start of these races and then like hitting them unexpectedly and then moving on from there, which if they're able to do that over these next 2 races, then they'll walk out of this with a win and be really comfortable with a 3-2 record heading into the knockout stage.
Yeah, especially again with 2 races to go, and the biggest lead actually we've seen all war, only at 26 points for Team Scandinavia. And again, in Mario Kart Wii in the 5v5 format, the most you can win a race by is by 31 points with a top 4-9. So if you're Team Scandinavia here, you need to get the winning race to make sure that you're up 31 at least going into this final race, just that you can play as safe as possible going into race 12. So this is definitely the most huge race here of this entire war here.
So we are seeing our second Bowser Castle of the match in RBC, and a great standard draft by Barney right there, as he's able to get into first place. And that bomb is phenomenal!
That connects on 3 Scandinavia members.
Yeah, whichever England player just hit that. That is amazing. Oh my goodness, Luke. Wow, that was fantastic by him. I wish that we got to see that on the other POV, honestly, but whew, sheesh.
Yeah, now Rosen opting to schlag, which is perfectly fine, because considering this pack split already on a track like RBC is huge, because all these turns are so broken to double back. They're just so tightly compact, and if you're Team England here, you just have to play this
Okay.
race as safe as possible. But yeah, again, Claw is building up here, so we could maybe see spots mixing up very soon.
Yeah, no, I mean, with Barney with this red in 4th place here, he honestly does not have a lot of options. That, frankly, is a very high IQ play to try and red the Team England bagger right there. But he does get triple shrooms, which is phenomenal for him. The blue shell is coming out, and it appears as though it's going to change up the top spots quite a bit. That bump is huge, though. Oh my goodness, that cost him like 2 shrooms.
Yeah, but Luke dodged the blues, so he's gonna keep 1 here.
Oh,
Actually, top 2 still.
Okay.
Hits
Still
the
top
nano,
2 for
which
Team England, yes.
yeah. And Rosen is megging up, so top 2-4 so far. Still for Team England is still up to Claw here to maybe make some type of play, but there is a funky spinning out. It is Claw, and now top 3 for Team England. This could be the race here to completely change the tides. And as I say that, actually,
yes,
the blue is pulled.
Yeah. But honestly, this blue, they're going to need a little bit more than that, honestly. They're going to need maybe a second blue. And I was going to say POW as well. And they pulled a POW just right then. They're probably going to try to get them on the grass cut, honestly. That set. Oh, but the shock, though, is huge. And we do see 1 Team Scandinavia member dodging. And looks as though they're still in top 2. So still barely holding on to a lead. That's
Frisky,
yeah.
the huge bump from Keon there. And
Still
another ball, but Keon's actually hit out.
Oh my
It's
goodness,
top 4 for
wow.
England.
Okay, this is huge right here, folks. Top 3, 5 for England right now. And Scandinavia, after Kion got hit, are running out of answers. This red does not appear like it's going to do much. Maybe they can hit Pam out. Oh, no! Oh, that is horrible for Luke. But still, a top 2-4, a very good race for Team England. And this is getting very intense, these last 2 races, folks. That was a great race for Team England right there. Especially after the Team Scandinavia shock, might I add, on lap 3.
Yeah, that is exactly what they needed. But that was so huge that England kept at least 1 member in those bottom 2, because that guaranteed that just Scandinavia wasn't going to just quadruple dodge or anything.
No, I completely agree. And Team England getting the top 2-4 right there. It's unfortunate that Luke was hit out. Yes, you know, he could have gotten a 5th place out of that, and that is a very costly 9-point swing right there. But oh my goodness, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is within single digits again, folks. And yeah, I do not think that England are scared of the moment at all. I think that they can definitely punch back these last 2 races and show that they mean business against Scandinavia. So it's up to Scandinavia to show that they're not scared either.
Yeah, even though they're down, after that type of race, I definitely think that Scandinavia is more nervous in this situation compared to England.
Back, and they have the momentum right now, even though they are down by 9 points, for sure. It all depends on low-key what track gets picked right now. If it's Delfino Square, then Team Scandinavia have the momentum, and if it's MKWC, then Team England have the momentum, but we'll see.
Yeah, very huge track pick here, and slowing down and barely
all right, here we
DS
go.
Delfino.
So it appears as though Team Scandinavia are able to, you know, kind of position themselves a little bit better after a race like that on Delfino Square. But Team England are still in the driver's seat. They are still in top 2, you know.
But this beginning set is going to be really important. They need at least 2 runners here, which it does look like, yeah, Xander and Zach running here. But 2 drafts actually instantly with greens do not connect onto Xander.
And he does not connect on them at all. It does appear that Luke has a golden in 5th, though. We do see a TC battle happening in the back. And on the other POV, we see some snipe attempts and some lead changes in the top 2.
Oh, and a great schlag by Xander. So England now early top 2. There is a person taking double. It's Luke. Top 3 for England now. It's looking a bit scary for Scandinavia, especially with that TC in 4.
Horrible. This is just dreadful for Barney right here. And he gets back for the red shell. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely terrible for Scandinavia. They will have very, very, very few responses to this. Quite frankly, the only thing that they can do from here is get a shock, a blue, and a POW in that order.
Yeah, Roy was in 10 as we did see. So yeah, they are literally praying that Roy pulled shock. A Funky Kong is off, going backwards. So it really depends which bagger right now currently is in 10, as that's going to be really huge. And it is seed actually in 10, so this could
Yeah,
be
no,
very
so
unfortunate news.
So Team England is driving the bus right now, as we do see they're probably going to try and double back in the top 2 positions, Luke and Xander, that is. And yeah, no, I mean, Barney can shroom up and try and pull as many stars and goldens as he would like, but really the only way that I can see Team Scandinavia getting out of this hole is if they have shock.
Yeah, Roy had. There's a Mega in 7, but again, it's only going to be useful if shock is pulled, because England's just going to hold shock, maybe even TS some members of Scandinavia on double here. But Claw is taking it, and Kion as well.
I don't believe that they would have shock, otherwise I think the need would be a little bit more risky with that cut.
But Luke barely cracks the red. That is so huge. And yeah,
no, that's true. That's true. And they get top 3. Wow. Oh my goodness, that is a lead change on race 11 for Team England. They are in the lead. Wow. Oh my goodness, what a match.
But yeah, even though it was looking like a potential Scandinavia momentum as they didn't get their MKWii pick, just that lap 1 was perfectly executed from Team England there, just getting those double takers. But still an unfortunate TC4 from Barney, which just made everything 10 times more difficult.
Race 12. My mistake, actually. It was a little bit difficult to follow with, the DC and everything, but wow, that is, I wouldn't necessarily call that a choke from Team Scandinavia. I think that was more so just a testament to Team England's grit. And, I mean, they were the winners of the last tournament, and they have walked out here with a 14-point victory after it looked as though Scandinavia was going to take that. Once again, my mistake for getting the score wrong. I'm so sorry, or the race results wrong. But yeah, no, wow, what a game! That was fantastic.
Yeah, no, Scandinavia definitely put up a fight. Obviously, against the defending champions, it's always not easy to kind of go into it. Obviously, with potentially kind of the best mindset. Obviously, you go into it knowing that you can win, but it's just different when you're playing against, the reigning champion.
100%, yeah. And I think that they were definitely ready for this match. And I think that there were a lot of moments where Team Scandinavia looked as though they were the better team. But ultimately, I think that the reason why Team England won this match was because of Seed's performance. I think that Seed did an excellent job in the bagging battle, honestly. It felt as though Scandinavia were able to do more with their shocks, but it felt as though England were able to win races with their shocks, if that makes sense. Like, Scandinavia's shocks were more about instant impact. Meanwhile, England were just trying to win races and establish a flow. Yeah, no, I think that England kind of they won because of Xander and Luke holding it down up in the front a lot. And yeah, I mean, this team is going to be scary in the group stage and the knockout stage for sure.
Yeah, and it's going to matter for now all the other teams that have to play England, because so far, again, other than France, who's the only other undefeated team, every other team, including Scandinavia, who now have no matches left, they have to pray that the other results now have to go in their favor. They can't let teams like Italy or Canada just have a complete go 3-0 or 2-0 in their last matches, which would knock them out.
Yeah, I feel as though well, I mean, we saw Barney was in first place a lot. And, he had 76 points when, all the rest of the other Team Scandinavia members were kind of faltering behind a little bit. So I'm not trying to imply that it's necessarily a one-man show. I mean, nothing is ever a one-man show when you're playing war or something like that. But I think that if Team Scandinavia want to do better in the next match that they have, they'll need to see more out of their other players, honestly. I mean, see more out of Kion and Claw particularly. I think that him and Fox were very, very formidable, played very excellently during this match. But yeah, it'll really be those two guys that will need to step it up in the final matchup.
Yeah, it definitely felt like, obviously, yeah, there was that lack of frontal presence. Obviously, yeah, Barney kind of did 1v3 them, honestly, on some of
Yeah,
those races.
yeah, no.
Respect, like DDR, perfect example. Honestly, kind of was just in the front that entire race, fending off. And yeah, he did win that 1v3 with that back green first turn, lap 3, getting 2 England members. So he definitely had those flashy plays, and does
Yeah,
deserve
no.
first.
But I mean, we saw impactful moments as well from Team England, like the fib from Luke on DK Summit, and just thinking back to a couple of the shocks they had as well. So I think that they just kind of played a more well-rounded game. You know, Scandinavia played good, but Team England, they just played great. And yeah, I think that we'll probably see them go 4-1 or 5-0. Honestly, it would not shock me.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be shocked as well if they got first seed in this group.
But anyways, that's going to wrap us up here, folks. Thank you so much for watching our presentation today. Thank you to Astro for hosting us. And yeah, we will catch you in the next edition of Mario Kart World Cup. And yeah, close your laptop.